What's up, folks? How's it going? Hope everybody's having a happy Monday. Monday is not always everybody's favorite day, but we're here. So, I think it's great to get into some readings on a Monday. Why not? Call it Mystic Monday as well. Monday, actually, the root word of the Monday is the moon, so it is Moon Day officially. It also is just a name of a day. Whatever symbolism we put on it is entirely a social construct, right? So, but keeping it mystic, keeping it moon oriented, we have this lovely and metaphysical. We are channeling vibes with a lovely sphere of labradorite. And I can't remember what this is called. It's like they have one at like the Washington Monument, but it's definitely rooted. Oh my gosh, isn't that terrible? Egypt. Oh, scatterbrain. Definitely Monday brain, that's for sure. Okay. It is an Egyptian statue. There's like a big one over there. A big one. And it's probably not called a statue either. Okay. Ooh. We are starting off with the Seven of Pentacles. So everybody's been busy, busy, busy. Maybe today was a busy day at work for you all. And we can use that card to set the tone. I do want to get into some oracle cards though, because I'm still trying to practice this beautiful deck that I have called the Zammer Twins Oracle. These are the Zammer twins right here. Okay, so let's pull this up, make sure we have it ready. Let's see what vibes the Zammer twins. Ooh, we have Bleme. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Number 16, that might be a significant number for you. Maybe something happened on the 16th for you. You were intimidated or dealt with somebody's brute strength. It came through reversed. So you could have been being bullied, or you could be being bullied, and 16 might be a number that's significant as to when you were 16, when you were a teenager. That is entirely possible. I'm saying it's probable because it came through this way. So learning how to control your temper is something that you might want to channel on some level. This could also be like dealing with somebody whose bark is bigger than their bite, and which is the case for plenty of bullies. Also, not being a doormat either, because it's always those like little cuts and jabs that, you know, fill up that garbage bag of junk that we carry. And when it gets to be overflowing, the bag busts and then it all just kind of gets everywhere and you got a hot mess on your hands. So, or a not so hot mess on your hands from what this guy looks like, to each their own. But either way, I think that not being a pushover will also help you keep your temper under control too, because we like to pass the buck, us human beings. So don't do it. Don't do it. Get to work. Get to work, or I would say also even with the 8, I said 7 earlier, I meant 8. With the 8, it's the same thing, right? Like it is, I was saying the 8, but I said 7. So when it comes to this work that we have to do, the details are very important. So there could be some fine tuning of details within your practice, within your skill set, or just with everything that you're doing. Like this could be administrative things. Those kinds of details are really important to pay attention to. They can be really difficult to pay attention to as well. So, map that out with an Excel spreadsheet or something. If you got the skills to do that, do it. Get her done. Okay, so I put that back in the deck, and we are going to start off with a general read for the community. Whoever identifies as a Reflexive Moon Tarot community member, this is for you. All right, we have Justice reversed. So this morning with the daily read, Justice was upright. There might be some justice that you are not feeling. It could be that it's not taking effect. Sometimes things take time when justice is about to occur for you. Or you might have missed the mark. There could have been an opportunity that you missed today. Not sure if it's really that big of a deal. It could be. It could cost you some health, some money. If it's health, it might be that you are just not taking care of yourself or doing like meditation work, eating healthy, like you might be eating the wrong things. Or maybe you just didn't connect properly with somebody that you had an opportunity to, and it didn't work out. But at least, like, it's not a terrible missed opportunity. Like, it's not going to put a damper on your reputation. It's just, Monday could have been better than it was, and it wasn't. So, shoulda, coulda, woulda, didna. Time to focus on the day being done and moving on to the next day, right? Wheel of Fortune. There's something to do with your luck. This could also be, it can be like cyclical. Like it has to do with being in the right place at the right time. The world is also very cyclical, but the Wheel of Fortune, the big wheel keeps on turning, right? Proud Mary, Tina Turner coming through for us, RIP. And what else? What else with the Wheel of Fortune? I can't remember what rules the Wheel of Fortune. But that's okay. I don't really need to remember what rules the Wheel of Fortune. I think, though, that like when it comes to the Wheel of Fortune, it has to do with destiny, with when it's reversed, it's a bit of a setback. And gosh, I'm not even trying to do a Debbie Downer reading here. Like, we need to flip the switch already. But there is some type of loss that we are dealing with on some level. But we can get it together, folks. It's not even going to ruin our lives, because we have the right mindset. We have the right kind of energy to put into moving forward, and we are doing well already. So I'm like, what this is telling me, these three cards coming through so strong, or not so strong, coming through to start off with, is that, like, today was just a bad day. I feel like I'm going to sneeze. Today was just a bad day. Today was just a bad day, and tomorrow's another day. Because life is still good. We still have our wits about us. We're not losing our mind over anything. Maybe experiencing some cabin fever on some level. Or you could be dealing with, like, trauma. We also are dealing with not getting our week off to the best start, maybe. Why is that? We'll clarify why we might not be getting our week off to the best start. Sometimes we have bad weeks. Like, I don't know where you all are at, but where I was at, it's been like trying to rain and storm, and the weather's been a little bit weird, not wanting to make a decision. But other people see that you're ready. Other people see that you have the capacity to fight. I don't know how else to put it. Like, you have the capacity to fight. And you also are able to, you're ready to deal with the unknown. Whatever comes your way. You could be dealing with choices that might be stressing you out on some level. Some indecisiveness, like Seven of Cups also type of energy. And yeah, people see that you're a little bit stuck. Like, you might be feeling like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but hold on, because we got the Nine of Cups coming through in the very near future. Despite people seeing that, like, acknowledging even outside of you, they see that you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. That's why you're walking in the city with a hard face. Seems I'm afraid of being afraid. Music. Let some music, like, heal your mind, soothe your mind. I've been on that lately. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is saying that we are afraid of not being recognized for our gifts. That's just a fear, though. That is just a fear that seems to be getting the best of us because we didn't act out, or we didn't go through our day the way that we had intended to, and maybe we hadn't even really set the greatest intentions, some firm and solid and sound intentions. But we have everything that we need to get grounded. We have a good sense of direction. We know who to look to for direction as well. So you may want to reach out to that individual, or this could be an individual who is a earth sign in your life that you might want to reach out to for support on some level. They could be a Virgo, they could be Taurus or Capricorn. And they're usually pretty good at getting work done, getting stuff done. They do require some, level of enticing on. They're not going to take their own initiative to do things, so they require direction. But they're there for you, and I find the Knight of Pentacles is probably, out of all the knights, the closest to being a pacifist. It's like they have the ability to back you up and to look fierce, and they've got you on some level, but at the end of the day, they're like a big teddy bear or a small teddy bear, whatever their size is. They have some teddy bear qualities, despite being very powerful. Okay, so we'll clarify this night. I don't really like ending reads on a court card level. We want to see what else is up. Again, I'm feeling loss. Maybe we need to congregate. Maybe we need to congregate with others. We need to celebrate that we are ready for love. And that's not a bad idea, celebrating that you're ready for love. Getting yourself out there, getting yourself around your peers, your coworkers, like doing some morale boosting at work perhaps, or even just like with friends, whoever your crew is, get out there and and celebrate the fact that you're ready for love and that you are happy to have so much love in your life, that you're grateful for the love that you have in your life. It's really important to acknowledge those moments 100%. So let's see what else. What else can we look at here? Maybe we'll pull a couple cards for each sign. Yeah, let's do that. I do not want to use this deck for that, though. Let's use this. Okay. So I have this Stranger Things deck. Yes, I have grounded it. Okay, good. I haven't used this one in a while. And I have been wanting to go see the Stranger Things exhibit. Hoping that I get to do that before it closes. It's a cool deck. The artwork is really amazing. I think you're going to really like it. So we're going to start off with Aries. There we go. We'll pull a couple of cards for Aries. Oh, all right. We got 3 cards for Aries. Okay, so we have the Knight of Scoops, King of Dice, and 5 of Spokes. I'm just going to look in the book for a hot minute and remember what each suit means again. Bear with me. Anyways, this deck is gorgeous. I just want to point that out. Okay. Scoops are pentacles. Dice are swords. Spokes are cups. And strands is fire. Okay, let's see if I can remember this. The challenge is on. All right, so we have the 5 of Spokes. So we got the 5 of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles came through again for you. So Aries, this person is definitely relevant to you in your life that we just pulled from the community read. I would say it's very likely that they're a Virgo. They are a Taurus or Capricorn. There's also a person in your life who is potentially an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And they are going to help you with your mindset. Maybe just think how this person would think about how an Aquarius or a Gemini or an Aries would deal with having a bad day or like a little tough rut that you're going through. How would they deal with it? They would try to stay creative. They would keep their mind focused on improvement. Always improvement. There's always room for improvement with air signs. There's always room for development. And then with the spokes, what is the spokes again? Cups. With the 5 of Cups, I mean, there could have been an argument that you've had with one of these people, or someone's being stubborn. It could be you. It could be one of these people. I don't think it's either one of them. But just to clarify, we have the 2 of Dice. So there's like a tough decision that you have to make on some level. Maybe it's between 2 people. It could be between 2 people. There could be somebody that you know, or two people that you know that are arguing. This might be like is a crowd type of situation. Yeah. 3 is a crowd. The other 2 are trying to make you decide, and you're just like, I pick both of you because I'm not even trying to take a side. I mean, you're Aries, so your fabulousness is reflected in their fabulousness, and their fabulousness is a reflection of yours. So their problems with each other doesn't make anybody any less fabulous or worthy of your love. So I would say that, make sure that you are clear about the fact that you're not even trying to get in between 2 people that you love. All right. Let's move on to a Taurus. Whoops. Okay, Taurus. Let's see what's going on for the Taurans out there. Pardon me. Some true words that happened just now, or what I'm about to say is going to be true. Okay, we have the 7 of Wands. It's wanting to come through reversed, also upright. Just make sure that it's Wands. Yes. So strands is Wands. We've got the 7 here. So we're dealing with big struggle for change. Power dynamics that are on a macro level, meaning large scale. Large scale power dynamics are at play with the 7 of Wands always. And it's like, it can be as big as a paradigm shift between people. So like large groups of people changing their entire mindset. Like, for example, every sect of Christianity becoming LGBTQ+++ inclusive across the board. And that's like everybody adopting that new and inclusive ideology. Or the world becoming accessible by making sure that everybody has that. I don't like that. This is kind of rainbows and Skittles shit that I'm like relaying to you, but that's what a paradigm shift is. It's a change in a mindset. It's like when you graduate to a higher level across generations. It usually takes a great deal of time for these changes to occur. Time is like the key factor, the key component. So we don't always get to see these changes that we fight for, unfortunately. But we still do that work because we are in debt to our future. We owe our youth, our young people, our children, the earth, everything that takes care of us. We owe our ancestors who have come so far for us to be here, gone through what they've gone through, done what they've done, and hopefully you're not still dealing with the aftermath of that. And also the karma. What's like not even really karma, just like that what goes around comes around, what comes around goes around stuff. Your debt might be pretty high if your ancestors were taking for quite some time. So at some point, you know, the oppressors will meet their makers and have to pay up. But in the meantime, Taurus, you need to focus on what your problems are, what your vices are, and the ways in which they might be taking from you or making your life unmanageable. So, yeah, I would definitely say come to terms with, you know, the junk that you got in your own yard. before you start pointing fingers, or you keep using and like using the excuse of other people being worse than you to not have to look at yourself. I'm not sure who that's for, but the devil coming through with the 7 of Wands really speaks to like a big change an individual has to make in order to move forward in life, and like a big change. It's like overcoming massive issues, massive trauma. Yeah, we have the 8 of, yeah, it's letting something go, Taurus. I picked these up reversed. We have the 8 of, oh no, wait, just kidding. I thought the scoops were cups, my bad. But either way, the 8 of coins. So not paying attention to detail, like you're not getting your shit done. And also you are, like, things aren't that bad. So I would say, like, I'm not saying that you have it good. All I'm saying is that it's not that bad. It could be worse. And sometimes that makes it worse. I don't want to say worse, but like we get stuck in complacency, right? Like if we just can sort of like walk the line, you know, like the famous Johnny Cash would say, like just walking the line, right? Because you're mine, I walk the line. Like it's possessiveness with that line, but it's also just like walking the line, waiting till water runs dry, or not letting someone or something go because it's not that bad. It could be worse, right? And we don't want to hold on to that. We don't have enough of a challenge. Sometimes when things are worse, it challenges us to do better. So I don't know if you want to wait for it to get worse. Maybe that's what you have to do. And like, how long does that look for you? I really hope not too long, because that's just wasting time as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, like, why you want to waste time for it? It makes no sense. Stop wasting time. Am I chasing time? 'Cause I wasted all on you. Yeah. You have detachment issues, Taurus. Good luck with that. Respectfully. Okay. Gemini. All right. Page of Dice and the Lovers. So we have the Page of Swords and the Lovers reversed. All right. Lots of negative Gemini energy came through here. I felt it when I was shuffling. I was like, ugh, I kind of even want to roll my eyes a little bit. I'm trying not to do that. It's a bad habit. You know what's interesting? When you are raised with people who don't roll their eyes, you don't do it. When you're raised with people who do roll your eyes, it comes through. I had both. So I know a little bit about what it is to not do it, and also learning what it is to do it. Okay. So Gemini, your very own energy is coming through reverse. That means that you are experiencing a disconnect within yourself. This could also be a period of indecision, some type of stalemate. We did have a bad day that came through in the community read. Might be a few bad days. What else? The Page of Swords. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be Gemini energy, but the Page of Swords could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. The Page of Swords is about growth, about mental growth, about learning how to communicate. And maybe there was a miscommunication, or there could be a young person in your life that you're trying to get through to on some level, and you're experiencing a great deal of difficulties. And I feel like if this is a situation where if someone is responsible for another person, or if this is you as a whole, either way, thinking about, like, connecting with what type of example you want to contribute to the world is really gonna help you learn and understand what it is that you need to do, how you can connect with yourself, how you can balance out your energies within, masculine, feminine, dark, light, all that kind of fun stuff. And make it metaphysical. Go out there and get a crystal. If you don't have the resources for that, go to the water and find a rock. There's some pretty rocks. Lots of pretty rocks. Just get out there and get grounded. And, air is a tricky energy, because air often just coexists with the other elements, right? I mean, air is part of what makes up water. Oxygen, right, and hydrogen make water. So air is inherently connected to the water, but at the same time, it still just sort of coexists with the water. It moves the water as well. Air also moves the dirt, and at the same time just coexists with it. And air also fuels fire. So if you want to level up your creative spark, you need to get that mental action going. And I would even also say light a fire, whether it be like a little tea light candle, something like that. You can even slap some essential oil and anoint it. Whatever speaks to you. This one here, I have a little piece of tiger's eye in it. You can see. These are fun little things that you can do that are crafty and that just sort of contribute to whatever types of symbolic rituals you got going on, right? And if you don't know where to start, just go to the dollar store and grab a candle or something. There's always something around you that you can do that is utilizing the natural resources that we have available, even in a concrete jungle. All right? Do it. Okay. Cancer. Here we go. Oh, you know what I just thought about too, Gemini? Okay, I'm going to go back. 1 second. I just thought about for the Geminis. I hope that they're still here watching this. Sometimes it's difficult for Geminis to not subject themselves to gossip. So that in itself is really, it speaks to a lack of self-esteem when you subject yourself to that. It's getting caught up in drama because whatever, it's fun. It keeps your mind loves it, Gemini. And you might have gotten malicious with it on some level, or it speaks to, with a reverse page, that's definitely something that's immature, like a lack of maturity. So just sit with that, figure it out. You can do it. Now we're going to move on to Cancer, for real. Okay. Oh, it sounds like I felt like I heard someone call me a bitch. So, all right, Cancer, what do we got here? The 10 of, what is it? Cups? Spokes is cups. Yes. You know, I would have thought that ice cream would have been the cups, like the scoop in a vessel, but I didn't make these cards. You know, someone who doesn't really do tarot probably made these cards. But I love the artwork still. Okay. 10 of Cups. So wish fulfillment, Cancer. You are loving yourself. You might even be in love. Love is on the way for you. Not bad. We have the moon reversed. You know who it is, I would say, even too. You are not... It's no new news for you. Maybe you have like a lineup of suitors. So you know that you're going to find somebody, or you even are with somebody and you're happily in love with them. But it's wish fulfillment on many levels. It's not just about romantic. It's about having family, of community, of nation, right? It's love on that level. And it's no longer feeling like you're at a loss. Your health, though, and your finances... Wait. Is dice? Just 1 second. So your mind, again. The page of swords has come through. Your mind has... Like you might have made some decisions that were not solid at one point, but you're ready to learn how to defend yourself. You're ready to learn how to communicate effectively. You know, it's like defensive driving. You know, you learn how to proactively deal with the situations that you experience, or that you're ready, almost ready to, like Two of Swords type of energy. You know, the tough decisions, you're learning how to make them, learning through experience. You've got some experience underneath your belt, but in terms of being like ready for like the big L, you're still learning, but it's on its way. You're going to find yourself in an opportunity. And I would say also, being like you are defensive, don't let that get the best of you, because your trauma cycles are going to be something that you really need to have in check, Cancer. Your trauma cycles are going to be not your weakness, they're going to also be your strength. Your ability to process your trauma is your strength. Your ability to understand where you are deeply problematic is definitely going to work for you. But I would say that whatever triggers you, because we have the Nine of Wands reversed, so feeling defenseless, and then also feeling defenseless and a lack of experience, and then also with the World reversed, feeling like, you know, a cycle has not completed itself yet. So that could be like a mark in time. That could also be like a year from now, 9 months ago, like something like that. It hasn't quite been the amount of time that you thought you would require to be ready. And yeah, maybe you just feel like it's not the right time to start a family, and oops, here you are doing that. Okay? Count your blessings. You got the 9, you got the 10 of Cups, man. Count your blessings and all that you have that makes you feel loved and fulfilled. Okay. Leos. Feeling a bit of a loss again. Or just some type of pain. Growing pains. I would say yes. Growing pains, but Nothing's dampering your reputation on any level. Might be worried about that, and that could be like your insecurities that are giving you anxiety, which might be actually causing you chest pain. That sucks. And I mean that truly. I know I kind of sounded condescending there, but it really does. Worrying too much about what other people think, causing you anxiety. Maybe you got outed on some level, but maybe people are also forgiving of whatever bullshit you got caught up in. They're not going to judge you for it. It's not going to ruin your good name. I would say don't do it again. No. It's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. But either way, whatever loss you may feel you have experienced in your life, it's not changing the way that people see you in a bad way. We have the 3 of Strands. So the 3 of Wands is reversed here. You've maybe not really done the greatest job setting a foundation with regards to a certain project, creative project, with regards to work, whatever it is that you do for a living. Your foundation is lacking, so you're not going to get the turnaround that you once hoped you had. We have the 5 of Cups. This creative project could be your passion, your love, but it's just not, like, maybe you don't have the like you haven't really been in the game long enough, or you don't have like the network that you need. Like, it's almost like you need to do some more 3 of Pentacles type of work. This can also be someone, like, this can be marriage issues, relationship issues. Someone's being stubborn while the other person's being a nag, and it's just like passing the buck back and forth between 2 dickheads, really. Everybody thinks that they're right. And maybe one of you is righteous and good and ish. I don't know. All I'm saying is it takes 2 to tango when it comes to the 5. Now, if the 5 came through and say we pull an Emperor, which we don't, we have the 5 of Pentacles. So I would say it has to do with health and finances, not being happy with the amount of money that you make, and also with where you've decided to, like, the direction that you've taken to manifest money. There's so many ways that can play out. Like, how are you manifesting your money? How do you make money? Are you depending on somebody else for your money? Or did you get involved in like a lucrative field of work, like neon lights or something? You know what I mean? Now that we have LED everything, no one's using neon light. I think that's how it goes. Or I overheard it was like a random conversation. I was just like, wow, how do these people know that? And why are they talking about it? But like, that's kind of what I'm getting at. Like, is it too niche-y? Like, did you start some kitschy, boutique-y shop and now you got these massive overhead costs and no one's buying your shit because we're going into a recession? So, that sounded really harsh. I'm sorry. But like, this truly, but at the same time, I'm just like, you know, these things that people do and end up making money off them, like, they're really, really great. But they also speak to a level of, like, there's just an understanding. Like, for example, you go into the restaurant business, you need to walk into that situation knowing that if you're lucky, you got 10 years of making money, of it being successful. And then after that, either you become like a relic that just sort of levels out, or you remain successful. So, but 10 years really, like if it hits off, like if you're hitting the ground running, like it's smart to just have a long-term plan and to have like a safety plan, right? I'm not saying that all restaurants last 10 years. That's not what I'm saying at all. I just think it's important to do like some level of risk management with what you're doing, and perhaps that is not what you did, and that's not going to mean that you are any less human or less deserving, or the input that you have put in is less than anybody else's. It just didn't work, whatever it is. So I would say, like, you need to go and have some fun a little bit, and like, if you can, have a little fun and take the time that you need to do this like inventory work on what you've learned, processing it all, and how you can change moving forward. All right, Leos. Wow, there's a lot to that. Yeah, again, we have the the 4 of Cups. So don't be too cold, but take some time. If you need to numb out, do it. And so like, I don't know if it's money that is a problem, but we need to just direct all of your energy into one thing. I really feel like choosing one task or one thing that you want to put all of your money energy into, your creative energy into. And it's a big risk. So you really have to be willing to, when it comes to the 8 of Wands, a Leo is really good at doing that because you have lots of energy, lots of fiery energy. But it's taking a risk, and you have to really sort of have everything lined up, because if you're all over the place with your energy, it's not going to work. You're not going to hit the mark. All right, Virgos. The worlds. I got, this is our world, me and my girls. You can catch me at the hot spot. Are you reminiscing on some old times, Virgo? They might be done, but I feel like there's going to be like some type of annual event that you and your loved ones are going to subscribe to on some level. A birthday, something. Things that happen annually might be where you, like, there's something that's at the core of your concern, these annual events. Like, there's annual events all over, right? Within our cultures and our religions, we have nothing but annual events that pertain to the seasons and how we congregate and learn and come together and live our lives. We have the three of Pentacles. So you're going to be maybe doing some networking, that you continuing like where you left off maybe a year ago with some networking, with some skill development as well. So what that might be, I do not know. This could also be your social network too, right? Social wealth is real. It's not what you know, it's who you know, right? So if you've been spending some time in isolation, Or if you're moving on to some new endeavors, brighter, greener pastures, not brighter pastures, greener pastures, you want to make sure you got some people lined up. Or you want to also refine what it is that you make even. Or if you make, like if you're an artisan or something, you want to like make sure that your collection is stocked adequately. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups. It's an interesting card. 7 of Cups. So what you dream of, making decisions. You're more focused on your dreams and what it is that you want. That's not bad. Not a bad idea. This is literally the clouds up above in the messages from above. The universe is telling us that we are making the right choices, despite, you know, the beginning reading where we were kind of having a bad day or like some missed opportunities on some level or just not really feeling good about ourselves. Things are looking up. Look up. Things are good. Don't obsess over the details not coming together. There's another day. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Reversed. So we are not in despair on any level. We are not dealing with, like when the 5 of Pentacles is upright, it's like being gazed upon. It can be something as drastic as abject poverty. And it can also be injury, lack of health, and also not having the resources to reach out or not being heard when you do. It's like the doors being closed on you on some level when you're in a period of despair or on some level of need. But right now, subconsciously, within our minds, within our psyche, we are experiencing a balanced, I would say, I don't know if it's balanced, but I would say that we're satisfied on some level. Like it is satisfactory what's going on in our subconscious. Like it might need improvement on some level. Might be leaning towards excellent. I sound like a report card right now. Maybe that's what you were looking at, your report card. You're worried about your report card. If you are under the age of 18, this reading is not for you. Okay. But also, we're not getting into some nitty gritty. So if you are watching this, it is what it is, right? We have the Empress and... Oh, I'm doing a lot of cards for Virgo here right now. This is not what I had intended, but we'll go through this really quick, okay? The Empress and the 3 of Wands. So you've laid a great foundation for yourself. You have a solid mind. You've set some really powerful intentions, perhaps, and there's going to be some turnaround. And I wouldn't say that, like, so this can speak to a baby, the Empress. If that scares you, then no. If it scares you, also, like, contraception is a great precaution to take. Learn about it and use it. Secondly, or that's thirdly, I don't know, it doesn't matter. This is about feeling good. What gives you pleasure in terms of connecting with your surroundings, with the ground, with what the earth has to offer. And pleasure as a whole. Like maybe you're going out and having a good time. Maybe you're having like awesome little me parties. But either way, like this is also an idea that you have that you want to cultivate and give it some time. Like it's going to gestate for you. And you know, normally human gestational period is 9 months, right? So this is not actual human gestation. I'm talking about the birth of an idea. getting like underway. Coming to fruition as well with the 3 of Wands in the past. Okay, Virgos, I almost gave you a full reading there because I got carried away. You're welcome. Libra. All right, Libra. Let's make sure we are playing with the full deck here, Libra. And that was not directed at you. This is literally me making sure all the cards are here. Okay, Libra. Sensual seduction. I don't know where that came through. Maybe that Empress energy that came from the Virgos read just now. Also, I wonder, I think Snoop Dogg is a Libra. 6 of Spokes. Okay. So we have the 6 of Spokes Cups, right? 6 of Cups reversed. Okay. You miss your friends. You got some friends that you miss. Or you miss, like, the good old days. It's just not the same. Damn. That can be so many things. You know, life circumstances, like aging out of the good old days. This is also, you know, I got some sound advice from somebody that told me it was their sound advice. And it was to keep your circle moving. So that doesn't mean that we have to like uproot and not have any like lifetime friends or family members that we hold near and dear and close to us. It means that like that's how it is. When you miss people though, there's all kinds of reasons to miss people. And that could be because they're gone. They've gone home. So we miss them. It's not the same anymore. And then also, people change. The people that we have around us, like, sometimes it's like we stay the same. And the people that we're surrounded by are no longer the same. And we outgrow them in that regard by like just continuing to be our authentic selves. And how they've adjusted around us is like, the fuck? So that can lead definitely to a longing for the good old days, 100%. And then we have the Magician. So your intentions, Libra, there's somebody in your life that might have messed with you on some level. And if this is you, I would say that like, I don't know. Like, you really need to think about your intentions. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Are you manipulative on some way? Do you subscribe to some type of narcissism? Or are you the type of person who's like, kind of like a pushover and just letting people walk all over you, which interferes also with your intentions? There's like a level, there's certain, like this implies like a certain level of like, is it maliciousness. And then we have the Hermit. So you need to take some time to yourself. Maybe that's what it is too. You get irritated. You need to draw back. But also, so there's like layers to the Hermit. This is the Virgo. This card is ruled by Virgo, by Saturn, and what else? Saturn. There's an element of Saturn in the Hermit. Who is chatting here? Pamela. Hey, how's it going? I am not seeing this whole thing. Hold on. Give me a second. Yes, your timing is right, Pamela. Awesome. Okay, so I've been talking for a couple minutes. When the stream is done, you can always just check it out again. And so the levels of the hermit, like there's layers to the hermit that we need to also look at. It's about like sustainability. It's about like the hermit is like an old soul. It's an old dude, right? And they have the like, and they're awesome on account of that. Like amazingly awesome, and they know that they're awesome. There's like what is it? A certain level of confidence. Like they know that they're the shit. They got the goods, the stuff that people want, that knowledge, that experience. And it is like kind of everlasting with that Saturnian energy, and it lights the way for others too. So it makes you a very powerful leader. But if your intentions are, not that great on account of also not taking the time that you need to keep your strength, to keep well, then it's definitely going to put a damper on your day, and it might make you like the magician reverse can just be someone who's bitchy, right? Someone who's bitchy, or someone who's a dickhead. So and then so they'll just get really cocky with their words, or just really passive aggressive, and someone who's being cocky or passive aggressive does not have good intentions. Their intentions are to release whatever junk they got going on inside of them onto somebody else to process, or to, like that whole misery loves company. It's like a takedown. So just make sure that you're taking care of yourself, Libra, and that you are remembering how awesome you are and how much experience you have that should be keeping you calm and keeping your intentions for the greater good. All right, so let's move on to Scorpio. How are we for time here? Okay. We have the 8 of Swords for Scorpio. It's reversed. So you see that there's a way out, that this mental entrapment you might be feeling. It's like you're coming to an understanding that whatever restrictions you feel you are faced with can be released with a mental mindset, a different way of looking at it, Scorpio. There is a way out of whatever it is, like whatever shortcomings you've been experiencing, whatever's making you feel trapped in your body, trapped in your surroundings, trapped with people and situations. All of these things that make us feel like there's no way out, even though the way out is literally right in front of us. And that the way to see, the way that you perceive your surroundings is skewed. So you see someone maybe criticizing you, or maybe even being really sarcastic, or saying something to you that seemed very condescending. And in actuality, it was you processing it the wrong way, or like taking it personally. And maybe that person was being condescending. Maybe they were being an asshole towards you. But the fact that you take it personally is your responsibility. We have the King of Dice. So there's somebody in your world, could be an air sign, but either way, they're super mentally manipulative. They could be an Aquarius. They could be a, Libra. They also could be a Gemini. Now, they might not be manipulative, but there's something off about them. Like they should be a king. They should be running things for themselves and for other people, but they are experiencing a really hard time, or they could have mental health issues. And I don't mean like their reality. Maybe. I don't mean like their reality is off. I mean like probably trauma issues. Like, as you can see, this person has been through some stress. Like, their eyeballs are gone. That's awful. So we're not going to judge them for what they've been through. We might not even know the story on how this person managed to get themselves into that state, or to end up in that state, right? Because they did not get themselves into that state. That state happened to them. And that's what trauma is all about. It's all about not asking for it. It's about it happened. And it is something that person has to deal with now. And it's a lot. And, maybe this is you, that person as well. Like, I know some Scorpios out there that are really terrible people. So if this is you, like, whatever you've done terrible to other people, this is what's sort of, like, you may see a way out of it, but that doesn't necessarily mean that, like, it might be a fast way out. We have the Eight of Cups. It's cutting your losses and moving on. That's your way out. Cutting your losses and moving on. Letting it go. Letting it go. So if somebody is, like, if you're done with somebody in your life, or someone decided that they were done with you, all you can do is walk away and maybe be glad that it wasn't worse. If you're the king of, because the king of swords is usually someone who's emotionally intelligent, knows how to process their emotions. When they're reversed, they're like a narcissistic sociopath. They either have no emotions, or if, because it's you, Scorpio, like, your emotions might be all over the place and you're just not processing them very well. But I would definitely seek some spiritual guidance if that's possible. Be more accountable if you can. Be as accountable as possible. Contracts are something that you might be dealing with as well. But there's some type of heartache. You might be heartbroken over a situation. And yeah, I mean, the truth about this individual could be what that is. Unfortunately. But we have also, defending yourself, the wounded warrior, and knowing that you have what it takes to continue to cultivate your mind. Or that this individual that you're dealing with, if they are the person that's experienced trauma, is coming through for themselves in a way that is quite remarkable. Okay? So, that sounded really vague, but that's what came through. Figure it out. You got the reversed Eight of Swords. Rooting for you. Okay, Scorpios. Oh my goodness. Sagittarius. What's up with you? Let's see. What's up with you, Sag? I was going to say Scorpio. We just did Scorpio. Okay. Loss. I'm always feeling this sense of loss. I don't know why. Here there be monsters. We have the Six of Swords. So this is moving forward to greener pastures. It came through, but like a little bit reversed, but I'm feeling like maybe what you've had to let go of makes it feel difficult, but moving on to greener pastures seems to be in the cards for you, Sagittarius. You took a big risk. You are taking a risk for the purpose of moving on to greener pastures. And it looks like it's going to be very sort of, there will be some challenges, I should say, along the way. A few battles here and there. Nothing that you can't handle, though. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to have to sit with yourself on some level. Sit with yourself and the ways in which you might be problematic, the ways in which you respond emotionally. This card is ruled by Pisces. And then also the way that you need to potentially unpack how you react to things that are, I don't know, things that trigger you, that also are not for the purpose of inflating your ego. So you gotta sit with your insecurities almost. Shouldn't be too hard for you. If you've been through a lot, though, it might be a little bit more challenging than, say, somebody that's had it relatively easy in their life. And sometimes, because you are so fabulously detached and you do your own thing and you're so comfortable with yourself, that can be really challenging when you come to terms with the fact that there's some things that you might be doing that are just not hot. And I think it's really important to know that you just need to stop being so indecisive about what it is that you want to do. What you want to focus. What do you want to focus on when it comes to this discomfort? What are you going to deal with first? Because if you just deal with bits and pieces of each thing, you're not going to achieve the full circle of what it is that you need to embrace, the change that you need to embrace, right? So, yeah. The light was hitting my face funny. We have the 10 of Scoops. You're very successful. Or you're going to be. You do this work unpacking your shit. It's just going to open up doors for you. And the legacy will be full circle. It's going to pay forward to your future and those who you feel responsible for, are responsible for. Okay? Love, love. All right. So we are moving on to the Cappies out there. What's up, Capricorns? Capricornies. Are Capricorns corny? Sometimes. Yeah. Love them for that, though. Ooh, we got this is you right here. Hey. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Scoops. All right. Nurturing your health, wealth, finances. Financial literacy. All that you also acquire and that you utilize to take care of others. So your metaphorical kitchen, right? If this person is reversed, it means that they're putting themselves first way too much or not enough. But it's upright. So there's a balance here that you're capable of. You are solid. You have a very grounding energy. You can really sort of set the tone in a room, Capricorn. And you work really hard. Like, your ethic is, I don't know, like, it really sets the bar. Like, this is the example that people teach. Like, this is the example that people aspire to be, right? I mean, not in a literal sense. Like, when you think about this character, I can't remember her name, the mom. You know, she's having her cake and eating it too. She's fabulous. But, like, do we really aspire to be a kept woman? When in actuality, it's better that, you know, we also have our own thing going on, right? That is a true Queen of Pentacles, as far as I'm concerned. It has nothing to do with being gender. It's not gender oriented. It's just the ability to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, and, you know, like, to honor the sacred feminine within. Like, doing that extra self-care, detailed self-care. Like, you can be a macho man and still exfoliate in a tub, right? It's good for anybody. All right. This queen shows us how to do that. Justice. Doing yourself justice. However that looks to you, right? Ruled by Libra, so a balance of the mind, balance of, you know, the truth. It can hurt, but it can also, like, slice through what it is that's holding us back or trying to keep us down, right? The 10 of Pentacles reversed, so we're not quite on a legacy building level yet. But that doesn't mean, so either way, this is like, this could be a Queen of Pentacles in your life doing themselves some justice, and it's causing you to be held back on some level, or you to question the legacy that you've built. Or this is just a temporary result of, like, it's just a temporary sort of waiting game, I would say. It's like waiting. It could be waiting for someone to share it with so that it can be legacy building on a family level. Like, if you're looking for a partner to share and to grow with. So despite there being justice for this queen, still, I mean, justice can even be being alone and waiting for an individual, because not because you did somebody else wrong, but because you were being done wrong by somebody, and now you're in a spot where, like, you might be back at square one, but it is just creating an opportunity because you're no longer with some asshole, right? Somebody that you thought was different and wasn't. All right, so I believe Sagittarius had this just now, and we also are moving on to greener pastures, Capricorn, which is amazing. Why not? Like, isn't that what we want to be doing? Moving forward, progressing. And then we have we're warming up to the idea of this forward movement and being there for those who we're responsible for. Accountability is also important with the card of justice. Like, who you're responsible for with the Four of Cups, or the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords, like, there's risk, right? And the risk might not be that big of a deal for you, but this idea of responsibility is risky for some people who have not really been thinking about it. It's like, it's challenging because sometimes you're worried that you're going to fuck up and then it's going to get ugly again, right? But that's okay. You'll just put your mind on it. Your inner Queen of Pentacles and your inner Queen of Swords are going to come through. They're going to come together. And 2 queens. Why not? Maybe this is a person who's an Aquarius in your life, Libra, Gemini. You're going to meet them or you want to reach out to them. Do it. If it's me, please email reflexivemoon@gmail.com for a personal reading. Or say hi. Leave a comment. Leave a comment and say what's up. 8 of Cups. Right? Cutting your losses and moving on. That is justice in itself. Letting something go that has been holding you back. It keeps coming through. It's happening. All right? Okay. Aquarius. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Okie dokie. I'm kind of excited for this. Magician upright. Setting intentions. This is also ritual. Good rituals versus bad rituals. We had the Magician come up reversed a couple of times for other folks. Not the greatest rituals. So, manifesting, the intentions behind your manifestation, and the rituals that are carrying you through towards what it is that you want to manifest. That is the name of your game right now. That's at the core of your concern. So what type of rituals have you been considering? Like, are you witchy and do you do spell things? Or are you just meditating and trying to channel energy into your space and into your life and into like how you embody yourself and move through your surroundings? That's huge. That's massive. That is more important, I would say, than doing some spell work. Like, spells they can be effective. I personally don't do spell work. It's not really something that I don't like interfering with other people and their path, right? And because spell work can be a form of interference. It can also be a form of connection. The way that not everybody is doing that, right? We're not going to get into like the politics of spell work right now. But what I'm getting at is that it is very powerful the way that you set intentions and manifest change. It's transformative. So don't underestimate your capacity when the Magician comes through as the strongest card in your spread. We have the 5 of Pentacles. So despite these intentions, or not despite these intentions, but your intentions really should be founded in being healthy as possible and being present to your need to manifest and grow on a financial level. So this is like holistic, constitutional well-being. That is what you are trying to manifest right now, Aquarius. Manifesting yourself so that you can no longer be at a deficit, at a loss, in debt, and all of those terrible things that just dig the hole deeper. It's like the rabbit hole that spiraling out down a really shitty rabbit hole to like nightmare land. Not Wonderland, nightmare land, where people are staring at you and gazing on you like you're the next horror movie that they're getting their, freakish jump scare thrills on account of your loss at the expense of your pain, right? We have the 4 of Cups. So you kind of numbed out. You could be in a transitional period, in a transitional spot right now. And sometimes we need to numb out. We need to just be like sitting and meditating, detached from our feelings so that we can push through, right? Not really connecting with what we've lost or what we have to do in order to gain. That can be that can set us back. So you have to be really, really careful when you're in this state of numbness. You still need to go through the motions, the daily grind, and have yourself be in a good routine. And that is definitely something that you are struggling with on some level, because there's a lack of joy that you're experiencing. You might be consuming too much, or you might be isolating yourself too much, or you might be really, really lonely, or struggling to keep your anger in check. And it's got you really, really separated from people, or people really kind of not wanting you around a little bit. So that's something that it's on your mind, and it's definitely going to change. Nothing is fixed, right? Our past, we've been dealing with knowing what it is to be in a state of balance. We know what balance is, even though we're not dealing with balance. We can get back there. We just need to connect, do some type of ritual that will connect us with what's important. And what's important is, oh my God, I'm loving this. What's important is the sun. Getting some vitamin D, literally. Also, joy. Like vitamin D, creates that sense of joy physiologically within our body. And then there's also the joy of children, of life. When you think about sunflowers represent a lot of things. Sunflowers always are facing the sun. So you need to face the sun, the eastern direction, getting up in the morning. Oh, speaking of life, this one wants to create some again. Getting fixed literally tomorrow. So the sun. What else about the sun? This could also be your child. And then we have the queen. This is you right here. So just that sense of joy. That all-around sense of joy. I'm loving this. Getting outside. What else? I was talking about sunflowers. Oh yeah, okay. So sunflowers, you might want some sunflower seeds. There's some really healthy omegas. Sunflower butter. I'm a fan of that. And then sunflowers also represent, it's a symbol for that folks with autism actually on the spectrum use to represent themselves in replacement of those puzzle pieces. I remember, because I think, isn't it the organization that is affiliated with those puzzle pieces actually support eugenics types of ideology, and they're also transphobic. Anyways, I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. So, and it's reassurance of the self too, when you think about empowerment and the sun and what that gives us. But yeah, symbolically, sunflowers really are so gorgeous, and they're big and larger than life, right? The biggest flower ever. Are you the biggest flower, Aquarius? I don't think so. But definitely, it's that card is ruled by Leo. I'm sure they want to be the biggest, the Leos out there. Or the most powerful, right? Strongest. Then we have the Seven of Wands. It's reversed. So there really isn't anything holding you back. And sometimes we want the challenge of conflict. The drama keeps us pushing forward. We want that dopamine effect. We might be a little bit addicted to the drama. Whatever. I get it. Probably more so than you would imagine. You think you know someone, right? But anyways, it really is not all that it's cracked up to be. Sometimes a state of melancholy is better than being stuck in some bullshit for kicks or to help you feel alive, right? Anyways, I hope your week is great, Aquarius. Pisces, last but not least. Seven of Pentacles. So, you have this gorgeous garden with some fabulous flowers, fruit, vegetables growing, apples, maybe. You have an apple tree, or you have anything, grapevines, whatever. Not quite ripe yet, so maybe it's peaches. And you just gotta wait, because if you eat those peaches now, it might make your mouth itch, and it'll be tough, and it's gonna be sour. So you know this. Just remind yourself of that every time you get bored, feeling like you're watching grass grow. Patience is a virtue that really sucks. It's like, praying to Creator for patience, but you want it right now. It's like you're even impatient about being patient. And that's sort of what you're concerned with. Maybe there's something that is going on in your life, or there's like a relationship, or just like an answer that you're waiting for from somebody that seems to be forever on its way to you. And I would say that if it's, if you're waiting for an answer for somebody about something, it could be that you just need to, what's the word? Like, I don't want to say compel. I want to say command accountability from people, right? So when you say, so when will you tell me? Or you need to let me know by this date. Like giving people deadlines, or giving them open-ended questions so that they'll give you a deadline. We have the Knight of Wands reverse. So there's somebody that doesn't have your back, who's not supporting you on some level. And this could be you, but it could be someone who's a fire sign. Either way, like if this is you, then you just, like, you really need someone to light the fire on your ass to get some shit going. Whatever that may be. But if this is somebody else that you're in a relationship with, whether it's platonic or non-platonic, they're not for you. They may not even be for themselves and don't know it. They might be like the really super overconfident and insecure Aries who just wants to make themselves look good, or is the most concerned about how good they look. Or they could be and it's similar for all of them, like a clingy Sagittarius, someone who's just holding on to something, can't let go of. Or a Leo that is constantly fishing for compliments. Really isn't about you ever. It's always about them. And then we have the Devil coming through reverse. So you seem to be good with letting whoever go. Like, you're waiting for when the moment is ripe. Like, you want that ripe peach or nectarine. You want the shit to be good. Right, Pisces? So that means you're not really interested in wasting your time on a Knight of Cups. Oh, did I say wand? I said wands earlier. Okay, so similar. Somebody who's just like emotionally in need, as opposed to, yeah, you might have to let them go. You might be at a loss on some level too. If this is you really needing to stop being a player, but you're on the right track. So there's quite a few possibilities about how these three cards play out. We also have death. So yeah, it's going to come to an end. whatever you are attached to, because you want that good. Look at that. You want that good, ripe peach. You want to also, like, you want healthy relationship. That's your ripe peach. Or you want to be the healthy, you want to be like the prime pickings for other folks as well. You could also want, if this has to do with making money or manifesting money on some level, you want quality over quantity. So you might have somebody that is trying to lure you into just doing like fast, like cheap ass, like sales. And you want actually to just take the time. You want proper customer service. You want to make sure that your product stands a quality assurance test. And that it even more so, it could even like set the standard within whatever industry you're involved in. So like the fruit of your labor is going to be like the best fruit out there. That's where you're at right now. That's what you want for yourself. That is highly commendable. That is, I don't know, satisfaction for a Pisces? Like, come on. If anybody can satisfy, it's you. Shit. All right. Take it easy. And yeah, thank you to all who have checked this out. Please do hit that like and subscribe. And we will catch